Hey, if you're a crafter curious about the xTool F2, then keep watching because I'm going to show you how I turned these blank Home Bargains chopping boards. They just had Let's Eat on them and I've made them into Grandma's Parkin recipe. So this is a family recipe from my husband's grandma that I wanted to keep forever. So I've popped it onto a chopping board. I've decorated it with string and this was all done in no time at all on the xTool F2. Hi, I'm Sarah. I'm the crafter and designer behind this channel and I'm here to help you get the best of your crafting machines and become your own designer. And today we're engraving bamboo chopping boards from Home Bargains with the xTool F2. These chopping boards came quite plain. They just had Let's Eat on them and they were £1.50 in the value aisle in Home Bargains. So I saw them and thought they are perfect. If you're designing your own wedding or you sell bridal accessories, these are perfect to put menus on at tables and to make table plans so that they can all pop in separate drawers. And how cute are they? But I wanted to put my husband's grandma's recipe on a chopping board. So I've got two chopping boards, one for each of my boys that they can keep forever. They might not want them now, but it's something that recipe will stay with the family forever. So I've engraved the chopping board. I'm going to showcase one in the kitchen. What we're going to do now is we're going to pop into xTool Studio. I'm going to show you how I uploaded the text, how we arranged it and engraved it in, I think it was 2.5 minutes. It was no time at all. So let's get going. So here is our chopping board. How adorable is that? So this is what I want to put Grandma's recipe on. So I'm going to pop it in. I'm lining it up, so I'm pushing it right to the back so I know that it's straight. Now you can see that my dots aren't lining up. So I'm going to do this manually. I'm going to move the lasers until they align. Once they've aligned, then I can go back to my Mac and make sure that it looks all a bit straighter because it was looking a bit skew with, which I couldn't work out, but I think it's more this. There we go. So we're lined up now. It's exactly square on there. So now we're going to have a look in the Mac and see if that's better. And there it is. So now we need to get the recipe. So I'm going to go over to my blog. I've got the recipe there because I shared it a while ago. I've copied it into Claude and just asked Claude to format it so that it takes out any extra words we don't need to make it easier to laser. So I've started by adding my title. And I've just typed in Grandma's Parkin and I changed my font several times because I just can't decide what to use. But forget about the font till the end or choose a font that you like and stick with it. What the important thing here is positioning it. So we need to make everything upside down. So if you click on your image or your text, you've got a hover tool so you can flip that round. So all you do is hover it round or flip it round and then just make sure that it's straight. So this is at 180 degrees because we've flipped it round. Now I'm going to go and add more text and copy in my recipe. So it came in as score. So you just go to the right and click engrave. And once you've clicked engrave, you can start to go through and format it. And it's quite big at the moment. So if you go to the top, you can change the size of the text. Then you can see what fits. And it's all about just jiggling it all about until you get it how you want it to appear on the board. So again, use that tool to flip it round. I need to make it smaller and I'm probably going to fit more words or more ingredients on one line. So you need to go to the beginning because it's upside down and click on the backspace and then you can start to adjust your lines to get everything where you want it so that you can see how it's going to appear on your chopping board. And that's why I love having the camera. It just makes designing and creating so much easier. So now I am also attaching in my recipe part, the actual instructions. So I've clicked on engrave so that I can see it much better. I'm going to engrave it anyway. And I'm going through and just returning until I get the recipe where I want it so that it all lines up because it didn't come in like that at all. And it's just, again, about adjusting till you're happy. Once I've done that, then I can use the flip tool and flip it round so that it's upside down because it needs to be upside down because the board is in upside down. So once we're positioned, we're going to go into the sidebar and click on elements and we're going to type in, I've typed in spoon, but I wanted something for cooking. So I've chosen this whisk. I now just need to adjust my text to make sure, because at the moment it looks a bit clunky and all together, so I want it to be divided and separately. I've also changed the text, and I've changed it to Chilanka because it's so small you need to be able to read it. And once we're all positioned, it's time to choose your materials. So I'm going to go in and choose, I've chose bamboo cutting board, but I'm going to look again because I'm not quite sure on it. So I'm going to go in again and change it to the free melt bamboo because the settings just make sense more to me. And this is going to cut it on 70 power, 300 speed, 1 pass and 100 lines per centimetre. Now we're going to send it to frame to see if it's positioned correctly. Right, now when you look, it's just not right. We need to make it slightly smaller. So I'm going to redo it. So we've framed it again and you can see that it is square. It's going to be tiny, but let's have a go and see how it comes out. Now, we're engraving wood. There is going to be a bit of smoke. I'm going to turn the fan on. So we're lined up still. The fan's on. And let's see how this comes out. I don't know if you can see that, but so far, so good. So we're just going to give it a minute so that it pulls out as much of the fumes as possible. That is a great font. Look at that. Oh my goodness. This is amazing. So there it is on a board, Grandma's recipe. And she was famous for this recipe, so that will just take pride of place in our kitchen. I'm going to be critical. I think I should have slowed it down a bit just so that it went a little bit deeper. And I think that's something that I'm learning the more I do, is if I slow it down, you just get a bit more depth, but I'm thrilled with it. And I want to show you what I mean. So what I'm going to do is I've gone back in and I've got exactly the same settings, but I've changed my speed to 200. I'm going to keep all the other settings the same, but using the machine more and more gives you that little bit more confidence of trying different speeds and different settings. So we're going to run it through again, but I'm going to reduce the speed from 300 to 200. So I've got it in there all lined up ready. We're just going to frame it. The only difference with this one is Let's Eat is lower down on this one. So we're just going to adjust that to make sure that we're happy. Frame it again. I think we're all right with that. Pop it down gently so we don't knock it. And I'm going to send this again to process. So we're on 70 power and 200 speed. And here they are. So I'm really thrilled with how they turned out. You can see that actually the first one is a lot fainter, but once I reduced my speed, it was brilliant. I did try and do a third, but there was something wrong with half of the chopping board and it went really funny. So yeah, I didn't keep that one, but these two, £1.50 each, and they've turned out brilliant. So what I wanted to do is just finish it off a little bit and give it a bit of detail. So I'm going to show you how I did that. So I've just used normal string. So I'm going to cut a piece for the top first, cut it longer than you need because you can always cut it down. And then I'm going to decorate around the handle just to give it a bit of detail. So probably, I'm going to say an arm's length because you can always cut it down again. And when you look at the back of this, you can see how I did it. I'm going to loop it round. So we're going to start at the back. You want a bit that's long enough because you need to tie it. This isn't for the top, this is just so that you can tie and attach. So you need a bit so you can get hold of it. And then we're going to tie around the handles. We're going to start there. Go over that back bit there. So you want to keep it straight and go over that so that that goes all the way to the top as you go over it, because we're going to tie with that to attach it. And you're going to go round as many times as you want. I'm going to do quite a few. You want to avoid them crossing over, keep them quite flat. I mean, you're not going to put this in the dishwasher because it'll get all wet and soggy, but this is more for ornament. This is a decoration. So get it round the back. And we're going to tie this. Now you can do one or two things. You can cut and singe them to stop them fraying. I think that's just my bottom one. Slide that down and there is our little decoration. Now I'm going to go into this. And this is just so that you can either, just so it's finished off, but you can hang it up. So I might hang mine on a hook. And there you go. Grandma's Parkin. So we've got Grandma's Parkin, Let's Eat, and Let's Eat Grandma's Parkin. Two different just because of the placement of how they came. £1.50 bamboo boards from Home Bargains, and the result, and how easy is that? They just look so great. And I think it's about looking in places like Home Bargains. Obviously, they've got to be safe to engrave because some things aren't safe to engrave. But this is perfect. And you can see the difference. And I didn't cut this out because I thought it was important as a beginner to see different results. And for myself, I used these suggested results and it's come out well, but it's just not enough. So I went a little bit slower and got a better result, and I'm thrilled with it. So do check out my other tutorials. I will pop the link in for my tumbler engraving tutorial. I've got so much more to explore with this machine. I am learning as I go along also, but I just thought I'm going to share that because there's other people that are starting out, new to having the xTool F2, and there is so much you can do. And the great thing is that you can take this to a village fair and engrave things on the spot because it's so quick to do. So let me know in the comments how you got on. Thank you so much for crafting along with me. I will see you next time, and happy crafting.